Hello. So today I'm gonna talk to you about team standards, and in this video we'll focus on regular one-to-ones. But before we start, I have a little bit of expectation setting regarding to the contents of this video. So team standard is a theory, and no matter what we suggest you to do regarding to how you should conduct one-to-ones, it is just the suggestions and the framework that could work for you, but it's not the only way that you should conduct it. Please adjust based on your reality and critically think about what is your current team dynamic is, what is the most crucial things that you should tackle at point, like is it performance or is it team dynamic or it is lack of motivation or is it like personal commitment issues. Think about that before you think about what kind of one-to-one space I should facilitate for my team member. Yeah. So to recap, this is a new team standard that was launched by AI 1 month ago. It was divided into 3 main stages. The first block is building. This is a team when they first formed in the first 2 weeks maybe, that they come together to really understand who is in the team, get to know each other, and also co-create a plan regarding to what is the purpose of the team, what is the plan ahead, what is the goal, and what does each individual contribute to the team. So they have personal JDs with deadlines and personal sort of goals and action plans to complete the team goal. Then swiftly move forward to performing, and really everyone in the team should be performing now in November. Here the team are running operations and they are like doing all sort of activities to achieve the team goal that was set earlier. And there is 3 main sort of category that like during performing the team leader should conduct, which is regular team meeting, regular one-to-ones, and team days for the team to bond and appreciate each other. And at the end of the team experience, there should be closing where the team can make sure that they have conduct the right space and right resources to pass on to the next team to really have the right idea, knowledge, or mindsets to go forward to start off their team experience by helping them to have the right knowledge. And today we are focusing on regular one-to-ones. So you might wonder, what's the purpose of one-to-one? Why should I do it? So to me, one-to-one could be a very, very powerful space. Especially this is a space where you can sit down with your members to really ask them, so what have you gone through? This is time for you to build a relationship with your team member, and really a bottom-up space for them to voice out whatsoever that they have gone through. And a team experience can be very hectic because there are so many things that has been happening throughout the period of time. There's a lot of activities that has happened, but in this one-to-one space, this is a time when the team member and the team leader really build this relationship and focus on what is the things that's holding the team member back to achieve the goal. So it could be a bit time consuming, but trust me, this is something that like could help the team to move forward if it's conducted like in a good way. So let's see, what does a regular one-to-one space consist of? There's 3 main parts. The first one is tracking individual performance. It's a space for the team leader and team members to understand what is the overall achievements of the team member in the past month and what kind of actions they have done. And then we move on to coach these members. If they are on target, then how can you coach them to achieve a higher performance? Or if they're below target, how can you coach them to reach the target for the next month? And finally, a space for the team leader and team member give feedback towards each other. So I would like to emphasize that feedback should be a 2-way process. It's not just like the team leader giving feedback to the team member, but it could be very, very powerful if the team member can also contribute. How can the team leader make the team experience even better? Because they are eventually the user itself. So they know what has gone like well, what has gone wrong. So the team members' feedback could be very valuable as well. And so you might think, okay, now I know like what does one-to-one consist of, but how can I practically facilitate it? What sort of questions I'll have to ask, or what sort of things that I could do to make it happen? So in the first bit, which is tracking individual performance, I have built a sort of framework for you to use. You can find it in the Team Standard tool that I have launched earlier, which could be found in the Knowledge Resource Hub. And in this framework, it is really important that the team members before they come to the one-to-one, they filled in their personal individual performance tracker first. So the identifier was the KPIs and what is the target for the KPIs and what is actually they have achieved for each of the KPIs and what sort of actions they have to complete the KPI. So in practical terms, for example, an OGV member, my KPI could be number of EPs that is being contacted, number of EPs that is being accepted, number of EPs that is being approved. So my target could be 30 EPs being contacted, 5 EP being accepted, and 5 EP being approved. So actually, I have contact 30 EPs, which I'm on target, and I only have 3 EPs that are being accepted, which only have 0 EPs that are being approved in November. And what sort of actions that can complete the KPIs? For example, for contacted, then I can put like, I go into XBAR and I call these EPs and ask them to have an interview with me to understand what sort of project they're interested in and set their expectation with them. And for accepted, it could be I need nurture this EP by sending them relevant opportunities and helping them to go forward, move forward for the applications. And there's different sort of things that they can write, but this is just one of the example. But it's really important that they come before they come to one-to-one, they have all of these data in the hand because filling in data could be time consuming. So before they come, they should really fill in all of these by finding information in XBAR, HubSpot, or Podio. So they, in the coaching or one-to-one conversation, you can start the conversation right away without spending time to go into XBAR or any other platform to find data. So then the team leader and the team member can start to go through all of these to see whether these team members is actually performing on target or below target, and whether the actions they have done is actually helping them to achieve the target, or is maybe it could be not relevant to help them to achieve the target. Then once they have identified the current situation about the target, then this team leader can start the coaching conversation to help them to achieve the goal or push them to set the higher goal for the next month. So I would like to emphasize like what does a coaching call consist of, and it's not just another normal conversation. It's something that is really try to help an individual to really focus on setting a goal by asking them questions. And it is like something that like the coach should be good at listening, but not just giving them a lot of opinion or judgment or suggestions. All of the data or the content or the idea should really come from the coaches. So it's from the team member. And it is like coaching can be very empowering if we empower the team members to find solution by themselves and look for options or possibility by themselves, but not necessarily telling them, okay, you should do number 1, 2, 3, and focusing on the past events that they are not like on target or something like that. And most importantly, I think coaching have to have a space for the team member to set personal goals, or set performance goal and make commitments towards the action. So they should have a clear idea in terms of what is the actions that they will be doing to achieve the targets and when is the deadline. And also, so there's a various way for you to conduct performance coaching, but I find this ground model is super useful and quite nicely or easily be used for performance coaching. So I'd like to introduce this to you. So there's 4 main parts for the GROW model. The first one is goals, so really understand what is the team members trying to achieve here. Then reality is what is the current situation, what is the current reality or progress of achieving the goals. And options is what are other opportunities or other solutions that you can find to solve the current reality or improve the current progress to achieve for you to achieve your goals. And way forward is the final bit when you set like action steps. You really set 1 or 2 commitments and with deadlines to really see, okay, this is the things that I'm gonna do for the next month. So practically, what kind of questions you can ask during using this GROW model? So first, you identify what is the KPIs for the team member for the next month, what is this team member trying to achieve, and then you ask them, so what is progress for you to achieving your KPIs? Are there any bottlenecks that you're facing, or are there any potential things that are stopping you? Are there any, like, what is the current situation basically? Then after you understand, like, okay, what's the reality, then you help them to identify other possibilities or even go a step forward to really see, okay, what's the things that can help you to move forward to achieve your goals or help you to solve the current bottlenecks. So you help them to really like ask them to find as many potential solutions as possible or as many ideas as possible. So you help them from like maybe they're doing one thing, but ask them what else can you do? What else can you do? Or what other things can you do? So keep on asking them what else, and to help them to identify at least 10 of the potential solutions or opportunities. Then when you reach to the way forward, when they identify enough like sort of potential solution or opportunities they can capitalize on, then close it back to focusing on, okay, so from all of these opportunities or solutions that you can think of, which are the ones that's most feasible for you, and identify 1 or 2 action steps or solutions that they would like to focus on implementing, give themselves a deadline, and then make them to set a commitment. So after they have the whole coaching conversation, they can put down, okay, these are the projects that I'm doing, and this is the new action step that I've come up with. What is the KPIs and when is the deadline? So you can hold them accountable towards like completing these action steps and in the next coaching conversation or one-to-one. And you can re-evaluate whether they have done it, whether they have actually completed it. And it's important that you as a coach hold them accountable towards the things that they said they will do. And the last bit of the one-to-one is feedback. So this is space for the team leader to give feedback for the team member in terms of their behaviors or actions as a team member and how they can be a better team member in the coming month. So I've come up with some sample questions that you can ask, but really you can also like ask them for feedback for really anything. And to me, I find scaling quite useful in terms of giving feedback, and you can ask them from 1 to 10, rate your performance as a team member. So they self-evaluate themselves as a team member, but also at this time, you can also give them other feedback as a team leader. What do you think they can do better as a team member? And the current team dynamic can be how well each team members is working towards each other, whether this team members is proactively helping others to achieve their goal. And functional meetings is whether they're being conducted effectively, or whether this team member is not being attentive or they can contribute more during functional meeting. So there's different things that you can ask for feedback, and you can find all of these in the Team Standard tool. So I hope this is useful. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to drop a comment in the blog post that regarding the one-to-ones, or you can send me an email. So I hope this is useful. Thank you.